I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for February 5th, 6th, and 7th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for my Aries. How are you, my darling Aries? I hope you are wonderful. Now, you know I'm going to be using, as always, my two Radley Valentine decks. I'll use my Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I will pull one from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I'll also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay, I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message. We have actually 4 planets right now in Aquarius. Mercury, even though it's retrograde, is in Aquarius. Jupiter and Saturn and Venus. Now, we are also in Aquarius season. Really strong stuff. Does this go on the top? I hope so. Anyway, and then we're going to have a new moon. I think it's the 11th in Aquarius. This is really strong energy. And I told you, February, I felt very, very much breakthrough. Now, I kind of felt that the weekend was going to have a lot of strong energy too, so I was looking to see him. I was saying it just kept feeling stronger and stronger. Well, on the 6th, remember, Venus is in Aquarius. So Venus and Saturn, also in Aquarius, has this kind of a conjunction or a transit or something is happening between the two. And I've talked about Saturn in Aquarius is illusion versus reality, or seeing the truth of the illusion. And Venus is about relationships. So it could be about seeing the truth in a relationship. So just Saturday could have some very strong emotion. It doesn't mean that's negative. It doesn't mean that's positive. Everything, love can be very strong, and also, other could be strong too. So just be aware if you're feeling a little more emotional than you normally are, my Aries. Just be aware that that's probably what's happening. And remember, air energy, what does it do to fire? You're a fire sign. It gets things, it can make things grow. It can get, the fire energy can just. Okay, nothing is reversed. Let's see what we have for my Aries. First card up, the 10 of water. Now, 10s have a transition. Water is our Pisces, it's our Cancer, it's our Scorpio energy, fluid, it's emotional energy. This has really, really good home vibes. This has really good emotional vibes. This has really good, family vibes. This has really good, relationship vibes. So, relationships can be your work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or your home. But there seems like there's an excitement here. There's a change up in this type of vibe, but it feels like it's actually a growing closer type of vibe. There could be, I don't know if there's a change in, I don't feel like it's a change in residence as much as it's just a change in, again, this growing closer type of vibe. And so maybe this is because, as we, the 6th, as I talk about, as we see our relationships, maybe we can accept them better. Maybe there's this thing of, nobody's perfect. But it's, again, I feel like there is this growing closer vibe. Now, if you have a significant other in your life or somebody in that intimate or personal range, that could even bring that growing closer. So that's going to be probably your title, Growing Closer, because I feel a very strong growing closer, a gathering, almost like you're working together type of vibe. So that could be a work vibe too, but it's an emotional connection. It's an emotional, again, growing closer. Here we go. Let's see what the other ones say though too. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Now, let's go on to our next. The King of Air. Now, we have so much air energy going on already, so air energy is our Aquarius, it's our Gemini, it's our Libra, it's our um, strategic thinking, it's our planning. It could also be about hearing news. Now, kings have the underlying energy is also air. So this is air, air. So this could be somebody bringing you really good news. This could be making some wonderful, wonderful plans. This is not, I don't feel like this is mediocre at all. I feel like this is something there's that this has an I'm being really drawn to that 10, which is that transition, but if you bring it down to 10 to 10, 1 plus 0 is a 1, that has a new beginning to it too. So I feel like there's an excitement with this. The king of air could be somebody that is that is bringing you some really interesting type of news, or it can be you, my Aries, that's actually bringing out the news. Okay, so because I do feel that this has a news connotation to it, I feel like the king could be somebody specific bringing you this type of news. Okay, but it's also, again, with that Saturn and Aquarius, it's basically cutting through a lot of the baloney. This is what, it's like, this is the facts, just the facts, just the facts type of thing. So there is, again, remember with air energy, with Aquarius energy, you need to speak things out. And this is the king of air is speaking this out. The king of air is putting it out there, and once it's out there, it's not coming back. It is getting out there. But the thing is, it needs to be out there. The fact is, though, too, is that, again, I do feel like this is somebody that is bringing news. Okay, let's go on. Let's see what we have here. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional consideration. So while there is this, this transitional, while there's this emotional, there's also that it's kind of like my Aries. You know what to feel. You know where your passion is. But again, there's also this very logical side too. So whatever you're talking about, whatever you're doing, it has really good intentions. It has really, really good intentions. In fact, it's the best of intentions. Let's see what we have here. 2 of fire, 2. So there's some choices with that 2. Okay, 2s have choices. It has different pathways here. And fire energy is your energy, my Aries. It's also Leo. It's also Sagittarius. It's passionate. It's burning. It's very, very determined. There's a lot, my Aries, there's a lot of strength with this. There's a lot of this family type of coming together energy. There's a lot of this speaking things out, but it's also hearing news, and I feel like the news is coming from someone else. But there's also a lot of liberation with this. There's also a lot of throwing off, just throwing off, I don't want to call it a burden, but throwing off, maybe it's like my Aries, this is like you stepping into your power. Maybe there's been some conditioning that's been done, and you haven't really realized how strong you are. This is you being strong and not being afraid. Okay, they're all together, these energies, but yet each one is different. So it's a little, I'm not quite bridging it together quite yet, but let's see. You've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. So my Aries, you got to tell me what this is about, because there's different energies here, but they're all connected. They're all connected here. So we have the 10, we have the 2, we have that king. The king is the wisest of the kings. So the king could be a professional that comes into your life. I don't feel like it's your boss. Because, I can usually kind of see like an org chart. I kind of feel like it's somebody here to bring, maybe it's a consultant. I don't know. Maybe it's a mentor. Okay. Anyway, let's go on here. But that 2 of fire has a lot of strength. That 2 of fire, it's kind of like you do, my Aries, I feel like you're doing something that you don't normally do. And but it's who you are. You should have been doing this. You should have been doing this. It's kind of been, maybe you've been too nice, and I don't know. Let's go on. This last card, Queen of Ariel. So now this is interesting too, because now we have all the energies. We have water. So there's that emotion. We have air, the strategic thinking, the fire, the passion. And now we have Ariel, which is the earth energy. And earth energy is our Taurus, it's our Virgo, it's also our Capricorn. It's very tangible energy. It's very much, the things that you can hold on to. A lot of times this has to do with money. This has to do with your job that brings you money, or your career that brings you money, something that brings you money. And again, this is a very practical person. The Queen's energy is water, so there's emotional energy underneath it, so there is someone that cares, but there's also the practical woman here. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be a male or a female, because this is just, everybody has masculine and feminine energy to some extent, okay? But this is like, the queen stands up in her power. This is the queen of the castle. This is the queen that's I mean, there is, I don't want to say that there's adversarial energy here, but I feel that this is the way it's got to be done type of energy. But yet at the same time, the Queen of Ariel, actually, this card reminds me a lot of Virgo energy. So let's see what happens when we talk about Virgo. But this Queen of Ariel is standing in her power, standing in her place, and not giving an inch. Not giving an inch. Whereas, yes, there's understanding, there's logic, there's passion. Then the Queen of Ariel comes and says, this is the way it's going to be. Okay, so let's see what we have here. The Queen of Ariel is mature, practical, generous, happy. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. Now, this Queen of Ariel always reminds me a little bit of the Empress. And that remember too, the Empress is somebody who, when we have Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of karmic type of resolution here. There's a lot of karma that, it's like, let the karma in type of here. Let the karma in. There's this very, very balanced energy for you, my Aries. So you should, there will be a really good balance for you this week, even though we have this Saturn and Venus thing. So, but I feel a lot of clear-cut energy. I feel a lot of seeing things. I feel a lot of strength and going after what you want. And, it's just really, there's a lot of this karmic resolution also here too. And the thing though is, and I don't understand why this is for you, my Aries, but I feel like you're standing up for yourself more than you ever have. It doesn't always feel comfortable, but it's the right thing. And that's the thing too. You're doing what's right. You're doing what's right. You're doing what needs to be done. And I think that right now is the time for that to happen. I think it's like you've come into your own with that. Okay? I don't know why you hid before that piece, but now it's coming out. Okay, anyway, let's go on and see. My Aries, you have to tell me what this is about for you. Let's see what crystal or energy might be helpful for my Aries. Here we go. Air. Air. So this is the energy. Air. So make sure you deep breathe, all that good stuff. But the air energy around you, remember, things about, well, go back to my overview with Aquarius. That'll tell you a little bit more. But Aquarius wants freedom. There's a lot of clear thinking with Aquarius energy also. There's a lot of, focus on, there's a lot of focus on, what is right with Aquarius also, okay? The water bearer. But anyway, air is communication, imagination, independent, witty. Interesting. You've got all this going on this weekend here. But I do love how I love the Queen of Ariel for you, whether you be male or female. It doesn't matter because this is just knowing, this is feeling good, comfortable in your skin. There's a lot of confidence with this. And that Two of Fire, again, there's a lot of confidence here for you. So, my Aries, there's a lot of growth here too. No matter how old you are, it's all good for us to grow, right? Right. And to learn. Now, my Aries, remember, the like, share, subscribe, it all helps. More importantly, my Aries, and as always, please know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.